Huff up. Well, I think you're on mic. I think you're on camera.
Funny
you can
should
start wave.
say that because you're on camera. Say hello.
Oh shit, ladies and gentlemen, do me a quick favor. For the people tuning in right now, why don't you introduce yourself? No one's tuning in. Literally, you're like looking around. Where did they come from? Are we live? No. We're not. We're not live. Maybe we are. We'll see.
Who am I? I'm Jackie.
Jackie.
It's me.
That's it.
Yep. Jackie Ichu, I guess.
There we go. She did it. She did it. She did it.
Oh no.
Jackie Ichu. Jackie Ichu.
Yeah.
I'm sure you've heard that a lot, actually, just a little bit. But I really appreciate you coming on the show. It means a lot to me. I reached out to you. You're fucking totally cool, and I know you drove a distance to get here. Just a little bit. You like went over the hills and through the mountains, through the woods.
I went to Mordor, so it's like it's fine. It's not that far.
Well, but I really appreciate it. So Jackie Ichu, what the hell is going on?
I don't know. Could you tell me?
Yes.
What's been happening since March?
What the fuck is going on? Right? It's I mean, you for your life, me for my life. I don't know. I never imagined anything like this ever happening.
Yeah.
How you hanging up through it? Like you've been all right?
Seen it all now. I'm like, millennium change,
Yeah.
a pandemic.
Yeah.
What's next? The aliens?
Yes. Yeah. Well, that would be awesome.
That might be next week.
Yeah. Well, the defense, the Department of Defense came out and said that they found a craft or have pieces of a craft from somewhere that's not here. If Daniel was here, he'd pull it up on the freaking Google right now. Daniel, why aren't you here, man? Gosh darn it. No, but yeah, seriously, isn't that crazy?
Yeah, that's insane. I feel like Tom DeLonge's known about that.
Well, that's it, right?
Time.
Yeah.
He's like, where are you? And then the aliens are like, we're right here, man.
Yes. I reached out to the stars to try to get him to come on the show, and they gave me some information. I'm gonna still talk to them and see if we can make it happen. But
he's been on that tip.
It's crazy, right? We were talking about Blink-182 before before the show, and it's just like
full circle.
It is. It totally is. But like, I don't know. Do you believe in aliens?
Probably ignorant to think that we're the only life form on the planet. It's a pretty big universe. I don't know if they're advanced as the movies make them. I would hope not. That's a little terrifying.
Why?
I
Yes.
don't know. I'm not trying to get probed and abducted. That sounds, scary.
It does. Well, there are people that, swear that they've had, alien experiences.
It might be true.
Yeah, definitely. Did you watch Unsolved Mysteries on Netflix?
No, that's like a series about like.
Yeah, Unsolved Mysteries.
No, really?
No pun intended, bro. But it was like there was like 6 episodes only, and like the 5th one.
Yes, I think
you watched it.
I think I've seen this because I have an irrational phobia of alien stuff. So
shit.
Probably from watching like E.T. or something as a kid. But then my friend was like, "We should watch this."
Yes.
Terrifying Unsolved Mysteries.
It was crazy. Well, because you're watching like murder, and then all of a sudden it was like aliens. But the very unique thing about it is like so many people at the same time in different parts of, I forget where the hell they were, but they were like back east somewhere, and like the same shit happened to them, and there's no way they could have connected and told these stories. And
this happened to you?
Yes.
The gray guy? Yeah, me too. Oh my god.
But that's exactly it, right? It's like what the fuck? I don't know.
And these weird videos coming out all over like New York and stuff. Like, not really.
Fuck.
The simulation.
Yes.
What's happening? Take my tube out. Wait.
No, the simulation, man. I had some some very smart people on recently. We were talking about the simulation, and that shit's, I don't know. Part of me like kind of believes it. I don't know.
Can I upgrade the simulation?
Well, exactly. Man, have you seen the shit that Elon Musk is coming out with, the Neuralink?
No, what?
Oh yeah. So I'm not going to be the best one to exactly explain it, but it's like freaking brain interfaces that literally will allow you to eventually like telepathically speak, control things just with your mind. Yeah.
How are we gonna like lie? How is that?
Well, that's it, right?
How is anyone gonna be like, you look great today? No, you don't.
No, you no, you don't. I like that.
No, that color looks great on you. Don't worry, it's all toned out. No.
No, but it's true, right? But we'll see. I mean, the advancements of technology just in our lifetime, right? I'm 33 years old. I grew up in a time when, the internet was just a small thing. There was a thing called Napster, and it took 10 hours just to download fucking 5 songs. But then, I grew up in a now generation where technology fucking runs everything, right? And it's just crazy to see just the advancements in this very small period of time. I mean, the iPhone came out like in 2007, and now they're on the 12, which is just the 12 that just came out, and it's just fucking bonkers. They have on the iPhones, there is, it's like dark mode where you can take pictures in the dark, and it's fucking crazy because like my cousin took a picture in here, lights were off, you couldn't see anything, but he took the picture and you could see like that little fucker right there. The yes, the demon in the corner.
You can see it.
Yes, but it's pretty crazy. But okay, I want to bring it back to you. I want to bring it to your story, and let's get started on this shit. So Jackie, tell us where you're from.
I'm from New York.
Oh shit.
Queens.
Yes.
Queens, New York.
Yeah, shout out to Queens.
Flushing in the house.
Holy Fran Dresser.
Yeah. Exactly.
Damn, that's for you. How long did you move out here?
I moved here like 3 years ago.
Okay, so yeah, you're
new.
you're very, very new. Do you miss New York?
I do. I miss facets of New York. I miss the like real city life. The like it's dirty, but like LA's different dirty. LA's like hot pee, tent dirty, which is, it's its own vibe. New York is like, I'm fucking walking here. That's a real thing. It's very busy. The family, everyone I know is pretty much out there where I came up in like terms of like my career and like working and all of that was in New York. So being out here, it's cool. It's like a desert.
It's like a desert. For people that don't know you, right? You work in the hair industry, you're a model. Why don't you kind of briefly explain that if you don't mind?
So where I actually like started off, I like your tattoo, by the way.
Oh, well, thank you.
Cool.
Yes, well, thank you.
I actually started off on like a pretty standard like life path, I guess. I like graduated like around 17, went to school for art, dropped out, went to nursing school, graduated, and I was like, I don't want to be a hospital nurse at all. This is like not fun for me. I moved into aesthetics, and I was like, maybe this is kind of the vibe because it's a little more like hair and like makeup.
Wait, what is it?
Aesthetics.
What is that?
Like surgery centers for plastic surgery, injectables. Oh, shit. Yeah, because with my degree, I was like not foreseeing like a career in a hospital. I was like, I cannot handle that.
That's a lot.
I tried EMT. I just can't. I'm not like physically built for that either. No, not to like size shame myself for being small.
What the fuck does that mean?
I just can't handle like carrying large people or like, too much people in front of me like doing their thing.
It's a rough job.
Yeah.
The things you see, the things you do. I mean, shout out to them.
I've seen enough in a small amount of time to be like, nope, not for me.
Yeah.
But I have always done like everyone in the neighborhood's hair growing up. So I was like egged on kind of by my family to pursue that career. And they were like, you should do this. Like my aunt does it. Like half of my family is like home hair and stuff. I was like, no, I'm adamant about pursuing a medical career.
Oh my gosh.
I know, so rebellious. I'm not going to art school.
I know. It's like
I'm going to be a doctor.
It's like the other. That's fucking crazy. Shout out to the family, though. Seriously.
Yeah, they were confused. They were like, okay, she did it. She's doing it. But then I was like, no, I hate this. And a lot of people in aesthetics were very not approving of my appearance because I'm heavily tattooed. And then my extracurricular activities, such as like Suicide Girls and things like that, were just frowned upon.
It's so stupid.
Yeah. So I was like, you know what? Let's just fully go into like what makes like a person a professional in this sense, where I've taken it seriously by doing it like I guess like at home and like around family and being around the environment of hair and beauty for so long. I was like, I trust my skill set to like excel from here if I like apply myself as much as I apply myself to get through like medical school,
which is fucking
painful. No one wants to do that if they don't want to do that.
No.
If you really want to, you're all about it. I was fighting it every way through. So I was like, okay, where can I go to get like the best, instead of going to like grad school, I'm gonna use this like money and time to like go to the best hair school possible.
Shit.
So I was like, I'm not just, like some people I went to school with started doing hair back in high school with like tech schools and stuff, and I kind of wish I did that, knowing this is my career now.
Yes.
But I was like doing it a little more rogue, and even in hair school I was always kind of like rogue. They're always just like, you gotta learn the rules.
What you doing next?
They're like, why isn't anyone watching Jackie? And I'm just like fully already done with my haircut.
Yes,
like,
yes.
I'm like, oh yeah, I totally got signed off on this. And they leave with like a mullet and like rainbow hair.
Fuck
something
yeah.
ridiculous. Yeah, I follow the rules sometimes, but
no, but that's amazing. Before we get to that, I want to kind of take it real quick back to your story, and then we'll jump into the hair. As a kid, did you always want to be a nurse? I've
always wanted to do. So my aunt was a set hair and makeup artist, so I'd always go with her. So I always wanted to do that.
Yeah.
And then my older brother is a doctor. Shout out the older brother.
Yes.
And I was like, well, let's just see what he does. And that's what I did. The family was all about it. And then they were like, oh, this is probably not what she wants to do.
No, but that's
but I got the degree,
cool,
though.
right? You did.
You
did.
And then I was like, all right, now that I'm done with this, let me go do what I want to do.
Do you regret going to, grad school, college?
No. Well, I did like 4 years of college, and I was 17 for the first year, so I couldn't really enjoy it as much. Okay. And then around like the middle of, that's when I actually started Suicide Girls, when I was 18. So it was a combination of like half online and half in the lab. And then every other moment of my time was occupied working at like, I don't know, like a rock and roll venue or doing hair and makeup on the side for photo shoots and videos. I was like doing what I wanted to do, but also doing what I had to do.
Damn, that's crazy.
At the same time.
That's crazy. What was it that inspired you to do Suicide Girls?
I was, I don't know if the lady ever remembers, but when I was like the week before I turned 18, I was taking my senior year photo, and the photographer is a former Suicide Girl who is now just a photographer doing her thing, was taking my school photo and saw I had tattoos and piercings and was like, you should model. And I was like doing that on Tumblr at the time, and I was like, oh, okay, yeah, that would be cool. And then she gave me like a card to go meet up with a bunch of people, and then was like, bring your ID. And then I think you showed up in a house full of naked people and was like, where am I? Is this a porn set? What have I done? And they were like, you're 18. I was like, yeah. I like just showed them my ID, and then they were like, all right, start shooting. And then I was like, what?
Wait, what?
What's going on?
Wait, was there different sets going on?
There were like, it was crazy because I was the freshest one there, like a baby hopeful. And there was like some OGs that have been in the company for a long time shooting. It was like a only, I guess, OG set where there was just a bunch of girls at the Shoot Fest who have been in the industry for a long time, are well known. And then just me like being like, hey guys.
Yeah, well, you're the newbie. You're the baby.
Sweater. What's up? Yeah, it was funny.
Was that, who put that on? Was it Suicide Girls that put it on? Was it a different company?
It was Suicide Girls. I think it was Brooklyn and Sunny Suicide.
Okay.
They're like pretty like OG when it started, like around like 2000 or something.
That's fucking
They've been
crazy.
in the company, but I did that shoot, and then I started modeling for them, and then shortly after they were like, we want you to go to Spain and like Italy and France, and I was like, fuck, I'm in college.
What?
Oh, gotta tell my family, hey guys, I'm going to like Australia because of my toes, or like something crazy.
Wait, what? Wait, your toes got you to Australia?
Pretty much. If I think about it in an abstract way, yes, but more so just me in general.
Yeah.
But it's just like a weird concept. I remember like being in like on the other side of the planet and being like finishing my exam on my laptop, and then it being like the next day in the States when I'm doing my work. Because all throughout the beginning of college, I had to do all my gen eds and stuff online because I was traveling.
And they allow that?
Yeah, if you pass. But then when you do your labs, when I'm fully like was like, I'm done traveling, I'm going to stay in New York.
Yeah.
I had to do my labs. So I thought it was smart to Consolidate. I put all my classes on like 2 days of the week. So I was in school from like 8 a.m. to like midnight. Just
Holy shit.
no, nothing but school. And I was like, no social life. I was dating someone like in another state, so it was easy. And then I was just like, okay, go to work, go to school, go to sleep, and repeat.
What
like,
is that?
workhorse.
What is that inside of you that pushes you to do that? Because there are people out there that just have this innate ability. They're just driven. They're constantly doing
Motivation.
something. Yeah.
My brother's like a big example. He's like, I call him my twin, but he's like physically looks like me, but like is not me because he's like older than me like by a year. But he's like very like in the books, studying, working really hard. Like my whole family is kind of like that. They're like, you got to work really hard to get places. And I'm like, okay. So I'm like, I really would like stability. So getting there comes from like buckling down and like putting your whole into it.
You're your
sacrifices.
Family. Yes.
Yeah. So
but your family and from just even talking to you this little bit of time.
They're all up my butt too. They're all like, "What are you doing? The wrong thing."
That's all right. But are you have this connection with your brother?
Yeah,
which
I have
is
3 brothers. I have 1 related and then 2 adopted. They're
nice.
really cool. Yeah.
So your parents adopted too?
Yeah.
At what age?
Junior, he was adopted at like 7.
Okay.
And like Manny around 7.
That's amazing.
Like 7.
What was it that why your parents why did they want to adopt? I find it amazing.
Well, my dad was FDNY and retired, so he was always like caring about people. My mom was a linguist and a professional instructor at the New York City Ballet. So she's got like that whole teacher.
Holy shit.
Yeah, she's like teacher and like smart lady thing. I don't know how to describe it. She's like she's a superhero.
I get it.
And
I get it.
They're both like, we got a lot to like take care of people, and like they had me at like 40, so they were like,
oh my gosh.
Yeah, right. It's crazy.
Whoa, that's amazing though.
Insane. They're like 60 now.
Yes, yeah.
But
that's
they're
so
like,
fucking cool.
let's just keep adding more people into the family and make it bigger. And I was like, okay.
How old were they when they adopted?
Well, they're junior's like 30. And Manuel is 27.
Okay, so this was before you.
Yeah.
Oh fuck yeah.
Yeah.
I want to ask you something about your dad because your dad's FDNY, right? 2001 September 11th.
Oh yeah, he was retired but came out of retirement for that.
That's amazing.
He's been in Hawaii because he, aside from doing the whole fireman thing, is a surfer as like his passion. I think he wants to be like a professional surfer.
Yeah.
And he was like, I gotta go back to handle this stuff. I was really young when it happened, but literally living in Queens, like you can't forget, like everything was weird that day.
Yeah.
I was literally a baby, but I was like, my dad's like in the middle of that. So it was, like,
shout out to your dad because I even remember my father, he did 2 tours in Nam with in the Navy, and he called to see if he could get back in, like you know when we went to fucking war for a bullshit war.
Yeah.
But
it's always in you to want to. Like,
yeah.
That
He was too old though at
people.
that time. But I was in 9th grade when it happened. I lived out here, and I was in. I walked into my English class at 7 a.m. or whatever it was, Mr. Gilkey's class. And he had the TV out, like the big box TV on wheels.
Oh yeah, I lived through that still.
Yes, and fuck, it just is ingrained. And I remember coming home and this like truck with like I don't know, probably 17, 18-year-olds. There was like fucking 5 of them, and they had like all big flags, and they're just chanting America. And it was just such a strange and surreal time. But to hear your father, step up and join and come out of retirement.
A lot of people came out of retirement for that, just for like collections to like collect like remains.
Yeah.
Like that.
That was a brutal experience. Do you know how long your dad, came out of retirement for?
I think it was just for around that because he got in an accident rescuing people from a restaurant fire, and the saw that was used to cut through the hole in the ceiling was stuck and cut his foot off, and they sewed it back on. and he thought he could never surf again. He could still totally surf, and he's like kick ass.
Wait. Hold on.
Yeah, his foot literally got like severed from a chainsaw.
Wait, what? Please explain the story.
So you're supposed to wear like a boot
Yeah.
as a fireman, but above the boot is like a fabric, and the saw that they used to cut in the ceiling of the restaurant to get in, it was like stuck or something, and when he got lowered, it cut him, and it like his foot was like the meat hanging on the bone.
Oh my! And they fully connected it.
Yeah, he's got like this gnarly scar around his foot. Looks like barbed wire. I was always like, what is that on your foot? Why does my foot have that? And he was like, oh, my foot got cut off. I was like, oh.
And he does he walk with a limp or anything?
No.
Wow.
He doesn't wear shoes ever. You know, it's just like wearing shoes feels weird. And I'm like, you're just like a hippie.
Yeah, he's definitely
he's
fucking
long
hippie.
Hair, no shoes.
Yes, but maybe it's something like, going through that, like you're thinking,
yeah,
no, you're gonna lose your foot. Like he had,
you want to feel.
Yeah. You want to fucking feel everything.
Like, yeah.
Yes, like, fuck yes.
Yeah.
That's amazing though.
That's crazy.
I
have a tattoo for him on my foot. I have a bear on my foot.
Yeah.
A corny bear foot.
What? So are you the black sheep of the family?
Yeah, no one in my family has tattoos or piercings. I'm always the weird one in the family photo.
Yeah.
A bunch of, like, seemingly normal people, and I'm just like with the hair in front of my face.
That's me too. I mean, I'm 33, and so I'm still weird, but I used to have big ass gauges, lip ring. I still have my nose ring.
I used to have gauges too. They shrunk.
Yeah.
I didn't think that would ever happen.
I never thought I'd take them out.
Yeah, I'm same. I was like, this is what I'm always gonna look
like. Well, I literally just took them out like a year ago, and so I was like 32, so like 15 to like 32. It's just it's freaking crazy. But yeah, being the black sheep of the family, looking at pictures, it's kind of funny. But your parents drive and motivation, and your brother, like such huge inspirations in your life. When you decided to leave, the academics and nursing and all of that, was it something that you just did overnight, or? No,
I waited till like I got my degree, and then I was like already in the field and I was working, and I waited like until I was like, there's really no reason for me to still be in New York when I have a reason to live in Los Angeles and do the same job I'm doing.
Yeah.
And just like literally just like move myself. Like the only thing that's like keeping me here is like, well, I've been here this whole time. So I was like, I think I've traveled enough to the point where I can do it. And I've been back and forth from Los Angeles so many times that I was like, I might as well move out there. But I prepared like a whole speech, and then like a whole, like, I have a job, I have enough money, I can do this. I'm not like, just gonna wing it. Like a lot of people.
Yes. Yeah. Smart girl.
Yeah. I had asked countless people that lived out here. I was like, I asked one person very specifically a year before I moved out and made the official decision, who was doing my hair at his house. And I was like, looking at his house and his car, and I was like, this is a nice ass car. This is a nice ass house. What do you do? And he was like, I do hair. And I'm like, you know what? That's crazy, because I know a lot of people that do, but it's not like this. I was like, where did you go to school? And then I literally went to the same school, and I was like, how do I achieve the looking up to someone and being like, how do I do this? And then like referring back to that one dude who did my hair that day was always like, yeah, I went here and I did this. And I was like, now I'm going to do that. So I prepared the speech. I moved, did everything. And I was like, I'm enrolling in this school like right now. And I'm going to go and complete this program because I've been doing hair rogue, and I need like it to be like licensed and prepared and like official and all of that stuff. And I was like, okay, like maybe they can also teach me stuff I have no idea how to do. Sometimes I learned more from other students than I did as
Cosmo School.
Yeah.
Oh, hell
right.
yeah.
And still to this day, people, I'll hit them up before like a job will be like, yo, I have like homework to do because I have to do something I've never done before. And they're like, I'll come over and teach you, which is a beautiful thing.
It is. Yeah. Cosmo School is really just like, get you in, pass your test, get out.
Yeah.
And I mean, there are other schools like Fidel, Sassoon, and Paul Mitchell, and they'll teach you more than the average school. A lot more than my school. My fucking Cosmo school sucked.
It's really nice.
Can you say?
Tony and Guy.
Oh yeah,
went to TG. Actually, I really loved that school because it was like it felt like a fashion show every day.
Yeah, I'm sure.
It was
Yeah,
really like,
absolutely.
Salon.
Yes,
Hollywood.
yeah. It must have felt really cool in the beginning, but
I'm just shampooing every day. That's about it.
yeah, but still, like you prepared the speech, you put everything together, and then you fucking did it, right?
Yeah.
What did your parents say though? Like when you delivered it, and
Well, my mom's like, really chill hippie lady. My dad's really chill. They're like, well, I mean, if you can't, you can always go back to working at the hospital.
that's true,
You can
right?
always come back home whenever you want, but like you should do this because there's potential in the fact that you've done this for so long and it's actually something you enjoy. So imagine doing something that you're good at and enjoy doing. There's no stopping you.
None.
So they were very supportive of it. They were like,
Okay.
yeah, but got to make that whole California thing work.
Yeah. Yeah.
Every week they give me some agita about it. How are you doing? You working? Yeah. I'm always like,
yeah, but that's parents, right?
Yeah.
That's parents, right? It's they
It's good.
care. It is.
Level.
I mean, they could have just been like, no, fuck that. We don't approve,
Yeah.
and just flipped out, So, kudos to them. They just care about their daughter and they want the best for you. But it is, right? It's like I understand. Go fucking do it. But I'm going to check up on you and I'm going to make sure everything's okay. And maybe the uncertainty, right? Because it's big, right?
Mm-hmm.
You did all this time, all this school, everything, and then it's like,
Just kidding.
Yeah, exactly.
I think they knew though, because I was always like, even in school, I was always like, yeah, I'm going to go to Europe for like a week, but I'm still going to be in class. Don't worry. It's on my laptop. They're like, she doesn't really want to do this.
Yeah.
You don't want to do this.
But that's so cool. I'm going to go to Europe for a week. I love that,
Yeah. It was work though. It was not just, it was all like.
What did they think of all?
Suicide Girls?
Yeah.
I don't know if they really understood what it was until one day. I had been in like Ink magazine and I told my mom and she was like getting it from Barnes and Nobles to like show to everyone. I was like, don't do that. Don't. And then she was like, why? I was in the 80s. I did this too. I'm like, Mom, it's embarrassing. My parents were both, I guess, like in their day, very attractive. So I guess they did their share of like photo shoots and stuff. So they were very like, oh, you're an adult. You're fine. Do what you want to do.
Yes,
and I was like, oh, okay.
That's cool, though.
A good blessing. Having supportive parents. Can't thank them enough.
Well, there's a lot of parents out there that put up these walls and are very negative and they don't let their kids foster into
that comes from like I think a fear of like them not succeeding. But thing is like you can ultimately succeed if you're passionate about what you're doing. Doesn't matter what it is.
100%.
You don't need a lot of money to be a good parent. You don't need a lot of like nice things, but you do need to be supportive and understanding.
That's exactly it. And that is one of the big keys to success of being a fucking awesome parent. But I also believe a lot of times shitty parents, it's because they had shitty parents.
Exactly.
And they weren't able to break the mold. They weren't able to break. Exactly. Yeah, it does. And
my parents definitely had some crazy ass parents. So I'm thinking that's why they're so chill.
Yeah.
Has been cracked on there many times. They're just like, oh. No.
I understand completely. My pops passed away when I was 17, and my mom's obviously still, not obviously, my mom is still alive. But they, especially my dad, he was tough, right? But I could have continued the life that they led, right? Or I could have made a decision to switch things up. Yeah. And, I mean, for them, they only had the tools that they had, and I don't hold any resentment or anything like that, right? But I knew in my life I had to change things. And so when it's my time to have kids, right, I know that I will share with them the things that I wish my parents would have done with me, because being supportive, it's even beyond being supportive, because it's not like they weren't supportive, but just some of the shit that they did. That being said, shout out to your fucking parents.
Yeah,
like,
they're great.
Really
they
cool.
are, though, very strict. You can be supportive, but you can be real, like, get it done now.
Yes, yeah, but but it just goes to show, it's like your drive. I mean, look at your brother, right?
Yeah.
And
I think he's always wanted to be a doctor.
Really?
Ever since he was a little kid, he got like a toy doctor set.
I was watching Doogie Howser.
I'm gonna be a doctor. Like, stethoscope and everything. I was just taking heads off like the Spawn toys and like putting them on weird bodies and like melting crayons.
Yeah,
like, sorry guys, I like creating things.
But your brother fucking, went through. What type of doctor is he?
He is studying to be a cardiologist.
Shit.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Hearts are important. I think he wanted to be pediatrics, but then when he realized that it's not what it's like kind of like a little more you're on your own, he was like, oh, I think I'm going to go above and beyond. He's also like summa cum laude or something.
Damn.
Like honors college. Yeah, so I was like, I gotta compete with that.
Damn.
That's what I gotta go up against.
How much older is he than you?
He's 25. I'm 24.
Oh my God, he's a
literally
baby.
My twin. He's like
literally.
He's Lisa. I'm Bart.
Oh
so.
my. Oh shit. He's gonna hear us. We're gonna make a clip of that.
I feel like he knows.
But that's cool.
I'm like the cool younger sister, and
Yes.
he's like the like.
He's like uptight.
He's like in his books, like.
Yeah, but it's gonna fucking pay off.
Sister.
It's gonna pay off. It will pay off for him.
Oh yeah.
Heavily.
Definitely good having a sibling who's in the medical field.
Yes.
For sure.
Yeah. Cardiologist
Always
too.
Like, what's that on my back? What's going on?
Yeah. I mean, fuck, man. But that is awesome. Where does he go to school?
He went to Stony Brook.
Okay.
Shout out Seawolves.
All right.
Yeah, and I went to Queens College and then NYIT.
All right. Okay, so I wanna bring it back to the story, kind of not present day, but when you first moved out here.
Oh my God.
Do you remember the moment when you got to California, when you got to Los Angeles?
Yeah.
What did that feel like for you?
I was like, okay. It was dramatic, the flight, because I flew with my cat and I had a connection. And the cat ended up, after we took off from New York, breaking out of the case, and it was on my lap the whole flight, and ended up trying to crawl around the flight. It peed on me. I had a connection in Arizona, and I had to change and get all these clothes off, and I had realized I didn't bring any clothes, so I was stuck in the bathroom at the airport with
Where are your
no
clothes? If you're
I was flying with just a backpack because I literally shipped everything and moved it to my new apartment. So I was like, oh, I'm gonna move, it's gonna be so smooth. And then I'm like, here I am in the Phoenix airport in like the family bathroom with my cat crying. I have no clothes. I'm
Are you fucking kidding
I was like
me?
waving my arm out of the door for someone. I was like, I'll literally pay you to just buy clothes from the gift store, please. And some lady let me use her husband's clothes. I'm wearing like giant shorts and a t-shirt.
Wait,
with, like,
he took off his clothes. Oh,
he had clothes in his luggage and was like, here you go, sweetie. I was like, okay. I stumbled out with my cat to get my flight from Arizona to Los Angeles, and I'm wearing this man's baggy ass shorts.
Shut the
with
fuck
a
up.
shoestring on my pants, holding them up with my cat on a leash. I look crazy, and I was like, get me the fuck out of this.
You're like this crazy
airport.
bag lady, but
That's what I look like. I look like I stumbled out of the
they
airport.
gave it to you?
They just gave it to me because I literally was like, I took my clothes and put them in a bag, and I was like, okay, I need to like wash off. My cat literally just peed all over me. I've been sitting on this flight for so long. These poor people have been hearing my cat wail for hours. The Benadryl did not work. My cat is freaking out. He's a Maine Coon, so he's like the size of a dog. And I'm just
That's
like,
nuts.
Sorry, guys. This is just not it for me.
Was he crawling around the plane?
He was trying to jump on the seat in front of me and drink the water of the person in the seat in front of me. And I was like, please just like drink your water and put it away. Like, he'll leave you alone. He kept trying to drink their water from the cup. And
Were they pissed?
Yeah, I think they were, but I was like, whatever.
Whatever.
You see what I'm dealing with right now?
Yeah, it's an experience, man.
Yeah, but oh gosh, when I got off that flight, I was like, where can I get Starbucks and where can I shower? I feel like a person.
Yes. Did you have your clothes? Did you end up like going to a place? Like,
yeah, my friend picked me up. She had a nice car. I was like, we're going to go. I'm going straight to my apartment. And like, because I had moved in with her at the time. And then it was really good. And I was just like, finally, I'm here. I have like 1 month to like settle in and not have to do anything. I like was transferred my job already. So I was like, okay, I'm good. And then I enroll in school in September. And I moved in like 2017, I think.
Damn,
in July on the 20th.
That's
so
just
every
recently.
Year on the 20th. It's like
fuck yeah.
Another year and still here.
Yeah. What did you okay, so you get out here, right?
Yeah.
You're here for a month because
It was wild the first month I was here.
You're just fucking raging.
I was like, no, I'm not a party person. I was like, what the fuck is Los Angeles about? I lived on Fairfax and Fountain, so I was right in the middle
You're
of
in the
it.
shit
And
of.
my hair school was off Fairfax, so I literally would walk every day, and I shortly realized that like no one walks in LA but me.
Yeah. Well, it's that New York girl
The
inside
New
of
York
you.
thing,
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, just walk. It's like a mile and a half. What?
I love walking, so I
That's
if
what
I had the
people
ability-
say
yeah.
until I take them for a walk. They're like, this.
No, well, for me, I travel a lot, and anytime I go to a new city, a new country, if I have the opportunity, I'm either gonna ride bikes, scooters, walk, because that's the way I like to experience things.
That's healthy. That's
It's
nice.
a lot better. I mean, I've been all over Europe and from Germany, Amsterdam.
Did you take the train?
Of course, yeah.
Nice.
I took the train fucking everywhere, and in all those cities, fucking walk everywhere. I was back east in October this time last year, and did a road trip and walked fucking everywhere, rode scooters everywhere instead of hopping in cars. We took the trains obviously to get where we had to go, but even when I landed in New York, I was there for 4 days, and I was like Brooklyn, dropped some acid, walked all the way to fucking Manhattan because that's where we were staying.
That's always, I did acid in New York, and then I walked all the way to St. Mark's from the Met. I was like, how am I even here?
It was amazing.
How did I get this far?
It was fucking it was just surreal. It was so cool. It was such a cool experience. But for you moving out here 3 years ago, rolling the dice.
It was rough. It was very rough.
Why?
Yeah, everything was good for 3 months, and then 3 months after that, I had nowhere to live. I was like, oh fuck
no.
me. Yeah. And I was like, okay, I have to get to school at 7 a.m. every day, no matter fucking what. So we got to figure that out. I don't know anyone here. I have my job. I just left working my job because I was like, I have to be in school 24/7. This is actually like a 10-hour day. I was in school 54 hours a week to get those 1,600 hours out of the fucking way. I was like, I just want to get it over with.
What's with you going to school? You're just like, brrr.
Yeah, because there's what else matters except for, focusing on what you're doing. Because if not, you're just like, procrastination's like masturbation.
It is.
You're fucking yourself.
Oh, I like that. I like that.
It's basically that's what's happening. And I was like, you know what? I should just focus. So I focused. I don't party. I didn't have like a big social life because I already like knew like people. I was like, I don't have to go out and meet people. I already know people. I've been on and off coming here forever. So yeah, I didn't have anywhere to live. Got on Craigslist real quick. Got in a nice apartment in La Brea, and it was a scam. So I got scammed so hard. I woke up one day and I went to school and I came back. I used to bird scooter to school.
Yes.
It was so close to my hair school. And then I came home one day. There was like 3 twin mattresses in my room, and I was like, oh my God, what's happening? Whose mattresses are these? And the girl was like, you have roommates. And I was like, oh my God. And then after that, I had to find another place to live.
Wait, what the fuck happened?
I moved like 5 times in like the first year. It was painful. Going from never moving my life in New York to just like moving every other month.
Mentally, that had to be fucking terrible.
I was just like, I didn't sign up for this. I'm paying like more than I'm making to live in a room by myself, but I'm actually living with 3 other people. And then this girl's like totally using us to like pay the rent. So I was like, I can't do this.
She didn't tell you.
No, we were all paying like $800. It was like 9 people in this fucking 1 bedroom. Like, get out of here. It was a 2-bedroom, but still, I was just like, this girl in the living room, her and her brother and her boyfriend in one room. And I was like, I don't know about that. And then it was me and 2 girls in another room. I was like, how is this even?
Everyone's paying $800.
Yes. Except for her, I think. She was just finessing this. I don't know what tip she was on.
Oh my God.
I just remember being like one night, messaging a person who I was like not dating, and I moved out. I was like, you know what, I'm gonna like put my stuff here since my cat's still there because I can't have a cat here and it's weird, so I'm gonna just move out in the middle of the night, and did that. And then I was like, well, I'm out of this scam.
Holy shit, you just packed up and moved out in the middle of the night.
I wasn't even here. I was in New York. I had my henchmen, I had my friends go back my stuff up in garbage bags, and I was like, just make it look like you get my laundry. I'm gonna get the fuck out of here.
Oh my God.
This place was disgusting too. It was like roach infested with like mold and like rust, and it was just not. I had a mattress on the floor. I was like, I really don't care because I'm going to school every day. Not even home. And I went from like living in a really nice like place in New York and having like it all made like done super stable. Went from like my own condo and a car
Yeah.
to like fuck
Jesus.
it, nothing doesn't matter. It's not what I'm focused on. So, and then I went from that to meeting a parent actor who offered me an apartment to rent with his girlfriend who did not exist, and it actually ended up being another Craigslist scam. And I lived there for about a year. And
Wait, what?
I was living in an apartment, and he advertised it as him and his girlfriend. And then I was like, oh, okay, cool. They have their own room. And I get there, and I'm like, oh, this is such a big room. And then I realized there's no girlfriend. I've already paid the first month, and I moved in, transitioning from my last place into this place. And he's like, yeah, we broke up. It's not on good terms. And I was like, oh, does she not live here anymore? And it was just him. And he didn't even have a real room. It was the kitchen. And he used fencing from Home Depot and sheetrock to make it look like the kitchen was another room. And he was not even on the lease. He was subleasing. This is the deepest scam. And only
What the
only
fuck?
Craigslist. Can we get a little Craigslist ad right
Yeah.
now?
Oh
Shout out
my
Craigslist.
God.
All my trauma. I was just like, okay. I lived in a room, and he had like a pit bull, so I couldn't let my cat roam around. So I literally was in this tiny bedroom. I was the only actual room in the house. And
Wait, what?
it was like a 1 bedroom, and I had the bedroom, and
And
he
he-
had
he
the
ma- he-
kitchen makeshift. The dining room turned into a bedroom, and I didn't know that because he covered it with plants and sheetrock. Like,
So wait, he
it was
put up a
deep.
wall?
He put up a wall.
How did you find out?
Because really weird. All of our dishes kept going missing. And I was like, this guy is like really aggressive, like very not pleasant. He would always listen to like Pearl Jam and lift weights in the living room, and had his pit bull all over, and was like, you can't have guests, you can't do anything. And then one day I was like, where are the dishes? And he was like, I gave them away. And I was like, oh, okay, we have no dishes? And he was like, yeah. And then he left for like a week, maybe like a week straight. And I was like, this motherfucker got a room over here. I like moved the plants, and I was like, this is a whole room. And I was like, yo, wait. This is the room. This is not even a real room. It had like a Murphy bed. And then I opened the drawers, and inside of like I'm like snooping at this point. I feel
Yeah,
off
yeah,
the
yeah,
record. I'm
yeah.
breaking lease. It's not even real. It's whatever.
Yeah.
And I took a fucking video, and I sent my friend the video. Inside the drawers was all the dishes covered in his like clothes, like hiding all the dishes, like hiding like everything. He was like passively trying to get me to leave without telling me by like hiding all of the stuff from the house, like in the bathroom and the kitchen, in his fucking drawers.
What the fuck is wrong with this dude?
I was like, is this like a serial killer? Is this like, wait, another Craigslist? He was like an actor. He's like a bartender and an actor. I was like, all right, bro. He'd always play like a cop, and actually ended up with me having to have the police like get my stuff out because he was so crazy. And he was like running from the IRS because I wasn't allowed to use the mailbox, and I had a package delivered, so I had the post office guy give me the mail. And then I found all these letters from like IRS, like being like, "We need your money," and I was like, "Oh my god, I gotta get the fuck out of here."
You were there for a year and a half, though.
No, just a year.
Just a year with the freaking weirdo.
I literally was never home that whole year. I was going to, this was before COVID, so I was going to raves. I was rave queen. I was like, 12 a.m., time to go fucking do like Vogue in like a corner in a techno warehouse down in like Skid Row, and wake up at 7 a.m. for hair school. Still got to do it. So I was like, we're just gonna try and balance these out. And then I finally was on like the last leg of living there, where I had to like get the fuck out. So I found a new apartment, not on Craigslist. I just drove by, and I was like, oh, let's actually do like a real lease and like be a normal person.
Yeah.
And I got in a nice apartment in Hollywood, and I lived off Cahuenga, and it was so busy. It was like living in Times Square. I was like, this is crazy. I'm from Queens, and this is too much for me.
Holy shit.
But I finished hair school living there because it was like a peaceful place to live. And I also had the ability to do hair at home because it was like my own place. I wasn't like in someone's house.
Were you still doing, at that time, you're still doing the modeling, all of that stuff?
Yeah, all of that. Like every other day was like, okay, done with school, I want to go to a photo shoot, or I'm going to go do someone's hair at this video right after. Or throughout the day, I would walk up and down Fairfax with like a book and be like, who wants a haircut? Like, you know, because I didn't know anyone. And that's literally how I just met people. I would just like walk up to people and be like, I like your hair. Can I do your hair? Like, let me touch your hair. Like, just, I'm very extroverted.
Yes.
But also friendly. So I'd go to like arcades, or I'd go to like hot topic, and I'd like find people and be like, oh, let me do your hair.
Yes.
And come to my school because I'm in school that looks like a salon.
Fuck yeah, it does.
Yeah, so people would just come, and then I'd have return clients from the school that would be like, wait, I don't want you to graduate yet. You gotta still be I'm like, no, gotta go. But then, yeah, I had a really good day once at school where I met Dre. And
nice.
That's where that happened. So
shout out to Dre.
Shout out Dre. Him and Carlos did a demo.
Carlito.
Yeah, and they were doing like eyebrow shaving. I was like, this is so cool. Like, they're like finally the first time we're having like a guest come speak that's like not just like a company selling us like the product or just like asking us to like teaching us about resumes for salons. I'm like, bleh. And then he was like, his energy was just like the first thing. I was like, his hair. And
I fucking love it.
I was just like, this is really cool. And then like no one in the room was like alive basically when it came to like anything going on because it's hair school. They're like, oh, is it 5 o'clock yet?
Yeah, but it's fucking drained sugar
home.
Schools.
Exactly.
Like, are you but that's the thing, right?
I was like really engaged in it. Yeah. And then I was like, you know what? I kind of want to like learn more. So I followed them and I was like, okay, this is like a professional page. Like, this is how I need to set it up and like transition some of my modeling stuff and do that. And then I had met, I don't know even how. Oh, I met like this girl at a music video and she was like, oh, this guy Zito does my hair. And I was like, oh, really?
Ricky.
And she was like, yeah. And then I just DM'd him. I was like, hey, what's up? I'm in hair school. I would love to like come by and like assist or like just see what's good because they want us to be like extroverted. And he was like, heck yeah, come on down. So it was me, him, and Breeza, like, just, like, immediately, like, putting me in, like, hair videos and, like, showing me stuff. And I was like, oh, my God, like, what? This is so cool. And I was like, this is just in time for me to graduate. And then Dre was also around. And he was like, you know what? When you're done with school and everything's, like, settled, you should come by and, like, just, like, check out craft and see what's up. And I was like, okay. And then, like, immediately after I, like, started, like, getting my, like, resume and all my stuff together, and I, like, went there, and I was like, this is, like, really serious. This is, like, really, this is a nice-ass salon. Yeah. Like, this is so cool. And, he's, like, a great teacher, too. He was like, this is how you do this kind of haircut, and this is how you do this kind of haircut. And then he would ask me questions like, why am I doing that? And I'm like, oh, shit, why are you doing that? Now I need to know. And yeah, honestly, he's a great teacher. So that whole environment made me like excel and like be like, okay, I see where y'all are at, and I'm like a little Padawan. So I'm like, I gotta like just like follow the steps and like
it's fucking beautiful because like you said, you're in that class, right? They come and everyone's like sleeping, not fucking giving a shit, not paying attention. Exactly.
So many people in that school. It's expensive school. They were just like, my mom just, I'm just gonna go to this hair school. And I'm like, dude, some people are artists that do hair, and some people just try and do hair. It's not to be tried. It's to be taken seriously.
Of course, 110%. And for you, that moment when they walked in really changed the course for you. I mean, it opened up a lot of fucking doors. You're talking about Dre, Sugar Skulls, Hair God Zito, Breeza, like, they know what the fuck they're doing.
Yeah, I was like the only one who had the balls to actually message people in my school at that time and be like, hey, I am not trying to work for money. I'm just trying to like learn and be amongst people and like understand the environment of this. And then they taught me so many things. And then we went to like, I think it was like ISC.
Yeah,
like a group.
ISSE, yeah.
ISSE, yeah. And I was just like, wow, and they're always on me about like making sure like terms are right and like things are done properly. And they like really make sure that like when we carry ourselves together, it's like a team unit.
Fuck yeah,
and it looks like this.
You guys
like
a
cool
freaking
crew.
squad, like a little rock star crew.
Yeah.
Like it's super badass. Did you go this year?
This year, yeah.
Yeah. So my booth, Ergo Styling Tools company I work for, when you walked in, we were the first one to the left. I swear, I swear, if you were with them, I would have seen you.
Yeah, we walked in slow motion. You had to have seen us.
Yeah, 100%.
Action music was playing. Explosions, helicopters.
That is the show that changed my course. That's how I got into the industry. I was actually going to share it with you earlier when I worked at Nordstrom's because
Mm-hmm.
like my music and everything like that just wasn't working out. And I was the type of person that anyone would walk in my department, it was the rail department, I'd go up to them, introduce myself, and, try to make a sale.
Yeah.
And so one day, this gentleman and his wife come walking into my department. I go up to them, I introduce myself, and they introduce themselves as Robert and Marlene. And so we're like talking, I'm helping Robert out. And like 15 minutes into it, his wife, Marlene, grabs my arm and goes, I really like your tattoos. You would make a great arm model for us.
Oh.
Like joking, right? And I was like, what the hell do you mean, like arm model? And she goes, we own a professional hairstyling tool company called Ergo Styling Tools.
Oh my
and
God,
for
you're
some
a
of our
hand model.
No, but it's just really funny. So, I was like joking, or they were joking with me, and I was kind of like nervous. Like, what the fuck is this lady doing?
Like, I'm
Touching my
making a sale
arm
for sure.
Yeah, but I was like, yes, that's exactly it. And so like 30 minutes later, I'm ringing him up, and Robert reaches in his back pocket and gives me his business card and says, give me a call after the holidays. I want to share with you more about the industry. And I was your age at this time, 24. I'm 33 now,
man.
right? And so holidays come and go, and I was just done working at Nordstrom's. I collected like 15 business
I
cards.
quit on Black Friday.
Fuck
They
yes.
were like, you need to go home and change. I was like, watch me not come back. And
You're
this
like,
traffic,
no,
get out
no.
of here.
So I go through all the cards, and I just come across his, and I'm like, let me give him a call, right? So I called him, and he just so happens to answer the phone. Hi, this is Robert, Ergo Styling Tools. How may I help you? And I was like, Robert, it's that guy Brock from Nordstrom's. I'm not sure if you really remember me. And he goes, yeah. He goes, actually, the wife and I were talking about you the other day. How are you doing? And I was like, fantastic. And so he started sharing with me a little bit about his background, who he was. And so he used to be the VP of marketing for Vidal Sassoon,
Oh, wow.
worked with, Aveda, freaking was like the owner and president of Hikari Shears, all of this shit, right? And I mean, I just didn't know what the fuck he was talking about. But at the end of it, he goes, there's this hair show called the Long Beach Ice Show. Why don't you come check it out? I have a small booth, right? And I was like, sure, why not? Had no idea. I'd never heard of a hair show. Didn't ever think about hair, but
They're
I was
kind of
like,
like
hey,
tattoo conventions.
dude, they're fucking insane. So, so I fucking was like, fuck it, I'll go. So 2 weeks comes and goes. I'm driving from, out in Santa Clarita to Long Beach. How dare you? No, it's the Long Beach, right?
My
Which is
hands
like
are
an
really
hour. It's your fucking nails.
Giant hands.
So I'm driving. It's like an hour and a half drive, and I go inside. I get my pass, right, and I have to go down those escalators that take us into the main convention, right. And I go down the escalators, and I take one step inside, and I was like, what the fuck? Right? I mean, because, most people think about hair, they think about like Fantastic Sam's, they think about just bullshit, right? They don't think about an industry. And like, it's like people all tatted up,
They're like
dressed in
rock
black.
stars.
Exactly. And they looked like me. And I was like, I am in a sea of people that like resemble me because my whole life I've been different and, unique and like just kind of like you,
Everyone
the
looks
black
good at
fish.
the hair show.
Yes, exactly. And so
Love to see it.
I make my way to the booth. And at that time, remember how I said Ergo was in the front, big fucking 40 by 40? They were in the back then, right?
Oh, wow.
Small, like 10 by 10. And I was only going to go for an hour. Ended up hanging out all day. Carlos Sugarskull was working for fucking Ergo.
Nice.
Cantrell Mitchell Cantrell was working for them. Alan Papaleo, just a whole bunch of different people. And I ended up hanging out all fucking day. And I was just so enamored. And Robert's like, give me a call the next day, right? And so I get home, I'm like really excited, and I give Robert a call the next day, and he goes, when I was working for Sassoon, right, Vidal made me an offer. He goes, why don't you take a sabbatical, paid time off to go to cosmetology school? And and he turned it down, right? And so he goes, I want to make you an offer, an internship at Ergo. But the thing is, you got to go to Cosmo school. And so I fucking thought about it, and like, listen, I was
How
like
old were
just
you when you went?
24.
Wow.
And
Some of
so-
my classmates were like 40 and like
Yeah,
I
fuck
was
that.
Like, whoa.
But I mean, still, it's amazing. Shout out to them. Not fuck that. Like, if you ever want to change or do anything in your life,
dealing
do
with
it.
18-year-olds
Yeah,
and
but
you're
it's
40,
bullshit.
You don't want to.
No. Fuck no. But that being said, I did, and I went, and it changed my whole fucking life. I've made some of the best friends. I started at Ergo. I worked my way up. I was working on the creative side, education, traveling all over. And now I am literally Robert's right-hand man. I work on the business side. I run the e-commerce, social media, fucking doing video shoot, like just all of this shit for our business. But it's because of that opportunity,
right? Just like your opportunity with Carlos and Dre.
Perfect timing.
It's exactly,
Yeah.
and it can change the whole course of your life. And right now, you're just starting out, but your opportunity, what it's going to look like by the time you're my age, and I'm going to be some old fart, but it's going to be beautiful because that drive and motivation to never fucking stop and to
Yeah.
continue to push forward. And for me, the hair industry's changed. Like, it's literally the best industry. It allows you to be the person you are deep down inside. You can be creative. You can work the business side. There's so many different avenues. So it's really cool. And sorry, do you want to hit this?
Yeah.
Yeah, light that shit
Yeah, I
up.
feel like you can accelerate as much as you apply yourself, and like being in the environment of like a Salon Republic, it's got that like feeling of like, okay, this is a very like high end environment.
Yeah.
And it's very accessible, which is the beautiful thing.
Yeah.
But it's also like it makes you feel like you really want to like go out and get it, especially after like just getting out of school and seeing everyone like really doing it.
Just
And
badass
I'm like,
motherfuckers.
I just like walked in here, I gotta like catch up and like start running.
Yeah. You just gotta put your feet down and just go.
Yeah.
This industry though, I mean, it's just so amazing. I had Alexis Thurston, the founder of Pulp Riot, on,
Oh, wow.
and it was just so amazing to hear her story. It just blows my mind. And I mean, her and her husband created the fastest growing color line ever in the history. Sold it for fucking fuck you money. Still run the ship, but just amazing, hardworking people. And that's this industry. I mean, especially social media is just fucking. I remember before fucking Carlos even had 1,000 followers. When he got the Sugar Skull's name, and to think that like a hairdresser had like 10,000 followers, that was amazing, right? Flash forward, all this time later, it's like, fuck, man, some of them have millions of followers, hundreds of thousands of followers, and it's shined a huge light on the hair industry. I'm taking this from you, dude. Give me that shit.
Honestly, the whole follower thing, I got a lot of shit for that in hair school because I was trying to keep my like face in my book and like not be social. Because like everywhere I go, it's like I try to just not attract any kind of attention. And then by the end of the year, it's like, oh, everyone knows me. Everyone's like best friend. It's like as much as I try to not. Because a lot of the time in hair school, I was very like the student teacher where there were no teachers. There was oh, let's ask Jackie the formula. Jackie, how do I do this? I'm like, what? I'm like the one teaching this place right now. And then it was all because I guess people were like, oh, social media, you have like a following. You must have people. Right? And I'm like, no, honey, those are like dudes in the middle of like Brazil. I don't know. Like, it's just different. But a lot of people also think that because there's a high following, it correlates to busy business. That is
very true too.
You don't need a big following to be successful here.
No.
There are people who are booked into literally the next millennium who have zero social media, and the reason I've gotten a lot of my work is word of mouth. It's just like just let people know I did your hair.
100%. But I'm gonna be flip side, right? Because I totally agree with you. It's opened up so many doors for
100%.
so many people, and is just blown the hair industry up, which is really freaking cool. But you're absolutely right. Followers do not relate into always money. Followers don't relate into fucking business. Followers don't relate into talent or skill, right?
True.
It's a combination of things, right? And don't get me wrong, there are people that have a ton of followers that are so fucking talented. There's people that have a ton of followers, and I'm like, what the fuck?
What do you do?
Like, how did you do that? Like, why do people like that, bro? No, but it's really, really fucking true. For you, what is everything in your life right now? Like, especially with COVID, right? But
okay.
But I'm gonna ask before COVID, right? You were out of school, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I was working at Kraft for already like 4 or 5 months.
Damn.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
And then just right there while I was just getting busy. I think everyone was just getting really about their. I was like, woo, 2020.
Yeah. I know a lot of people. It's really sad.
Yeah.
It's really, really sad.
It is devastated a lot of like amazing businesses I used to like frequent, and I'm just like, oh, it's heartbreaking because like part of moving to LA, it's like watching it like go through its own phase. I feel like a lot of big corporations are still standing, unfortunately, and like small people who can't afford to pay rent. and have that convenience are gone. But that's what makes LA what it is. It's like those little spots and like little salons and things.
Yeah, it's really true. It's like 1 second, like everything's just booming, people are kicking ass, right? And then there's recessions, right? Like I've lived through them, you've lived through them, but nothing like this has.
This kind of calamity was never foreseen
I mean,
at all.
No. I mean, it's changed everything for I don't know how long, but probably forever, in one way or another.
Who knows how long it's going to go on for?
Yeah. Well, I can't say forever because, the Spanish flu was in 1918 and, people forget, after a certain amount of years.
Science evolves and life finds a way.
It always does. Yeah, you should be Carl Sagan.
I love Carl Sagan.
Fucking up.
That was a Jeff Goldblum quote, though, from Jurassic Park.
Ooh, nice. Well, I just thought of your voice, Carl Sagan. But what were you going to say?
I was like, I have a whole bunch of Carl Sagan books.
Do you?
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, I mean, have you guys gone back? What the fuck is going on now?
Well, yeah, actually, so I moved, so I haven't gone back.
Okay.
Yeah, everyone's been back. They're also expanding the salon. They're making like a bigger one. I think he got the next door suite to make it new. I think one of our employee buddies got his own salon as well. So it's like
well, some people are doing
splitting apart. Some people, I honestly feel like I've been busier than I've ever been when everything shut down, because everyone forgot that, like, whoa, I can't walk outside and get a haircut. Who do I know who does hair? Who can I hit up right now? And then it's like streamlining people. And then I'm like,
definitely.
I was definitely afraid in the beginning. I was like, I'm not leaving my house. What the fuck is this?
Yeah, absolutely.
This is like some alien species coming into the planet and like it's in the air. Like, what's happening?
Well, it was really like
it was terrifying.
It was. Remember, like when all the toilet paper was gone?
Yeah, that was
like
that was like a Tiger King time.
Oh my gosh, yes.
The Netflix
Jesus
shows.
Christ, fucking Tiger Joe.
Jeez. Free exotic Joe.
Yes, yeah. Man, I have this whole rant that kind of took off about Carol Baskin. I had I forget who was on the podcast, but the fucking big clip on it on my Instagram. It was funny, but whatever. Fuck that shit.
Yeah, but the quarantine time was just pretty. It was giving me the convenience to focus in on what I wanted to do when I didn't have time, because I was out working all the time and like running around between like school and work and everything. So I was like, now I can practice doing things I don't normally do.
Yeah.
Like wig making and braids and stuff. Things that I like never really was like, I don't know, this is a job that I can't take. And I was like, well, actually,
you can.
Now that I have this free time, might as well learn as much as I can.
That's an ongoing story for you.
Yeah, I'm one of those people that's like, after work, instead of going home and like just, cracking a cold one, doing whatever, nothing wrong with that. I'm like, I'm still at work. I'm still like, we're just gonna keep studying and practice. What I think that comes from like the whole medical school thing, that like we're just gonna go home and keep studying and don't stop, because it's like I want to be really good at what I'm doing, and I am going to be if I am applying myself and like
constantly.
Yeah, and it's fun. It's not like I'm in a career where I'm like, oh, I hate doing this. It's like I chose to do this because I love doing this.
Yes. And
my free time, beautiful. I do it for fun.
No, and that's beautiful, right? Because there's so many people out there that fucking hate what they do.
Yeah.
Right? It's like I could never wrap my head around living a life 50, 60 years old, just punching that card coming out. And it's like, shout out to those people that do, but I wish more people were able to take the risk and able to take the chance early on. Yeah. And I know circumstances caused, different things. And, I totally get it. But
some people think that a career is something you have to settle for, but it's actually like, I don't know, like entrepreneurship as a career is something you have to thrive for.
You have to.
You can't just say like, I'm going to do this today.
No.
It doesn't happen.
No, you have to constantly be pushing yourself. You have to, like, for me, it's like I am constantly doing something to push myself and progress myself to the next level. And, for me, I split my life up, like the things that I do for, work, money, whatever, is ergo. That's 24/7. This podcast, which launched this year, which like it's fucking been so amazing.
Happy birthday podcast.
Yes.
It's been a whole year.
No, not yet.
Oh,
No, not yet.
almost.
Not almost. And then art. I do like
Nice.
graffiti art and I
Oh,
sell it online.
really?
Yeah.
I love graffiti art, like
Yeah.
street art.
Yeah, like stencil art, Banksy style stuff. Yeah.
So like music and art are my passions.
Yeah.
I would.
Well, I mean,
don't.
look at my fucking walls,
Yeah.
right? This is all like
This is sick.
street art, and this is like
their
all Obey.
collections.
Yeah, and huge
Shepherd
Shepherd
Fairy,
Fairy.
yeah.
Yeah. Huge.
Cool.
I fucking constantly
The Hunter
collect stuff.
Thompson.
Yes.
As art.
Yes, that is
I was here for
rendition.
Halloween last year.
Were you?
Yeah,
I
I
fucking
I
love
played a show. I am in a noise collective group. It's called the Zero Collective. It's like noise music, like ambient electronic and harsh wall.
Okay.
So we played a show at Perpetual Dune down at Pappy and Harriet's in the desert. So I was like, oh, we're gonna be in the desert. I'm gonna be Hunter S. Thompson.
Yes.
It's gonna be so heady, and it was great.
I fucking love Hunter S.
This
Thompson.
year, I don't know what's good for Halloween. I'm gonna be just dressing like Morticia.
Yes.
Don't really have to look for a costume.
What are you gonna do though?
I don't really know. I might live stream a DJ set with my friend
Hell
and do some
yeah.
like in-house.
Do you have tables?
She has tables. I'm more of like drum pad and like production stuff.
Yeah. I grew up DJing. I mean, before I started the podcast, I had my turntables in here.
Nice.
I grew up like scratching, beat juggling.
Love live
also like
music.
mixing like happy hardcore and drum and bass.
Okay, cool.
I
I
was
love drum and bass.
Fucking huge. I mean, I was literally 14 years old going to massives before there was like all ages, right? Which was
Yeah.
fucking, it's just crazy to think back then going to like the sports arena for Together is One or Monster Massive.
There's so many people.
Like but they all ages, 14.
That
Fucking,
was a while ago though.
oh fuck yeah!
There
I
were
mean,
people just like, fuck
oh,
it,
I
just
mean,
go.
EDC was all ages.
Yeah.
You know, so it was just crazy back then. I mean, I'm 33, 14, so like almost 20 fucking years ago.
Yeah.
Right, which is early 2000s or no, I don't even know. I can't do math right now.
That's when shows
early
were still
2000s.
dangerous. And the internet was still wild playing.
Oh my gosh!
You
yeah.
could download anything legally. On there.
Yes, you could, and it would take forever though.
You get a bunch of viruses. It's actually just Soulja Boy.
Fuck. Oh my god.
What is this? Thanks for listening to Soulja Boy Crying.
Yo, it's so crazy because I hated that song back in the day, and it's still annoying. But when it comes on now, I'm like,
everyone's
crank
just
that. It's like,
like,
yeah, it's
yep.
just like, it's like. I mean, I went to Coachella this past year, and
nice.
and I
Aphex
saw,
Twin was
yeah,
there.
yeah.
Such a good artist.
I went and saw the what the fuck's her name? Oh my gosh,
Paris Hilton.
no, the girl, the headliner. She brought out NSYNC. Why am I drawing a fucking blank right now?
I don't know.
Ariana Grande.
Oh,
Thank you.
okay.
Thank you. You
yes.
helped me out. Awesome.
Ariana
Grande. But
He
yeah,
looked at me. He was like, "Oh, it's Ariana Grande."
I know it. But she brought it in sync, and like when I started playing, I just went ape shit, and I fucking hated NSYNC back then.
NSYNC?
Yeah, but it
That's
was
so
like,
nostalgic.
yes,
though.
yeah.
You hate them in the moment, but then you're like, actually, this is really
And you were,
good.
I don't even know, were you even fucking, yeah, you were born for sure.
I was definitely singing in sync and
Yeah.
Britney Spears.
Oh my
I was
God.
born in '96, so I
Okay,
had the
okay,
early
yeah.
2000s.
Oh, yeah. Oh my gosh, yeah, you
Yeah.
definitely were. Like fucking Teen Bop and all that shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that was it's crazy how that happens, right?
It's like new metal. Like everyone ironically was like, "Oh, we don't like new metal," but now
Yeah,
I
it's-
can't go anywhere without seeing it.
why is that?
It's just I think trends recycle themselves, and I was like, I remember being younger and being like, oh, I dreaded bell-bottom jeans and like all these weird 2000s clothes, and I was like, no one will ever recycle this style. And here we are in 2020, and people are dressing like
90s and early 2000s.
unironically like the worst 2000s clothes.
I don't get it.
can't.
I don't get it, and especially like
And the hairstyles too, they're all coming back.
everything's cyclical. I mean, everything
Yeah.
does come in circles. But like these, like the fucking chunky ass shoes.
It's a
and
Y2K style. Everyone in my salon has big shoes. I think one day we all came in and we couldn't like, it was just like a
That was-
stampede. We're all like 5 feet tall with like 6-inch platforms.
I mean, I was rocking Osiris's that were the fucking size of platform shoes.
I had Osiris.
You know, but it's like.
I think anyone who does hair now had
Yeah.
Osiris.
Oh my God, fucking, I loved those things. I loved to skate them. I rolled my ankle so many times in them.
Yeah,
now.
definitely not the skate
Yeah,
shoes.
no, but fucking we wore them. Don't
Those
understand.
New Osiris's?
Yeah,
The
yeah.
zebra ones.
Yeah.
Yes, actually.
Fucking heavy, thick. I mean, I don't remember if they're too heavy, but they were thick and fucking chunky.
Wide shoes.
Wide as fuck. Yeah,
The
man, I
Haleys.
rock my baggy ass pants and fucking wear my pants halfway down my ass.
My style was ridiculous.
Was it?
I was ridiculous.
What did you wear?
I was a very scene,
Okay.
very emo. I had like neon green, like lime green pants and like raccoon hair.
Yeah.
And, like a million rainbow bracelets and like the tightest band shirt ever.
Yes.
It's like you can't even read it.
Okay, so I would rock fucking big ass Dickies, right?
Oh
and
my God.
and like a college shirt, and I'd have Liberty Spikes, and I had
Oh,
fucking,
you're like a
I had,
punk.
yeah. Oh hell
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, I grew up on like No Effects, Less Than Jake, Rise Against,
Okay.
fucking,
Yeah.
going
I was
to
definitely into like screamo, and then as I got older, I was like, you know what? I think I'm a little more goth. I
really.
think I'm gonna start dressing all spooky Victorian. Yeah, that's just what happened.
I yeah, definitely. I mean, I look back and I don't even think it was stupid, but I never thought when I was told that, sagging my pants, oh, when you get older, you'll stop that, right? Because I'd wear it like halfway down my fucking ass.
Yeah.
And, but yeah, I fucking stopped. Just like I took out the plugs, right?
Yeah.
You
I
just
took out my plugs. My hair was like blonde and crazy, and like I had plugs and piercings, and I was like, yeah, let's just like take it all out and get tattoos, dye my hair black. It's fine.
Well, we constantly evolve, though, right?
Yeah.
Right.
I think it's less maintenance as I get older. I'm gonna deal with.
Yes. I mean, fuck.
I don't have time to straighten my hair at 7 a.m. anymore.
No,
Oh,
not
no.
at all.
Now I do that for a living.
Yes, you do. Yes, you do. Where you're living now, were you doing hair?
Well, okay, so I literally moved like a month, not even a month ago.
Okay, nice.
So right now I'm doing house calls.
Okay,
I
perfect.
have like specific clients that I will only do their hair there. I haven't gotten like new clients because of COVID.
Yeah.
Licking the mic as I'm saying that.
Don't worry. Sprayed down with Lysol
Nice.
2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Just checking.
I would just like try to avoid going to like new people, especially because like people from the internet I don't know. I don't
Yeah.
want
Oh, hell no. Just go
Yeah.
to their fucking
The
house.
salon is like 25% or some weird, I don't know, fuck avenues. I don't know.
Yeah.
Get outta here.
You know, man.
What is this math?
It's
I'm doing hair. What do you think? I'm doing percentages and shit?
It's
No.
so stupid. Like I get it.
just,
I get it. Like this is
I
all
can't cut
fucking
hair, but I
crazy.
can go to IHOP on
That-
Hollywood Boulevard at
that's
4
it.
in the morning with this guy, taking a dump right next to me. I'm going to eat my food. It's going to be more sanitary than being in clean salon where we're literally sanitizing constantly.
Yeah.
It
It doesn't.
Who am I? A person with like a degree in science? Like what?
It just doesn't. It does not make
makes
any
no
sense. It makes no sense. I mean, 25%. That is so little.
Isn't that like at one point someone did math where it was like you can't even have a client in the chair, and I was like, there's not enough for 2 people with the space.
Maybe.
And like based on the square footage and stuff, and like we're supposed to have like 380 square feet or something just to do hair legally.
It's fuck.
It
man.
makes no sense. But yeah, at Craft, it's just aside from like the renovation and like just inching back into it, I'm just gonna keep doing what I'm doing.
Yeah, you have to.
Till things are done. I'll probably like maybe in a month be back in that.
You think so?
Yeah. I don't think I want to keep. Not like I don't want to do health calls. I do predominantly men's haircuts right now.
Awesome.
I'm like trying to like I've done so many hair color jobs that I'm like, okay, like let's do more stuff that I'm like not really like in hair school. I didn't do men's cuts. I did.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like dudes were afraid of getting their hair cut by me, but now they're like, actually after Dre like showing me and like me continuously practicing.
Awesome.
I'm just like, let's just keep doing this.
Fuck yeah. I love that. I love that attitude.
Yeah.
Like seriously.
I
And
still want to get like my own like private space. Like I was doing hair in a tattoo shop for a while during quarantine. It was kind of like speakeasy. I was like, come in the back, get a tattoo. I'm gonna cut your hair. It was kind of fun. I was like, oh yeah, it was cool. But yeah, I'm out in the suburbs now, so it's a big change of scene. I feel like.
was that a conscious decision?
Yeah, I was like, too many people know where I live in Hollywood. That's not a big deal, but it's just like I don't need people always like coming and hitting me up to like hang out or like, hey, let me crash at your place. No, like I gotta no. And then it's just With COVID, my building got raided. They stole my laptop and people broke in because the downstairs grocery store got broken into. So it was ultimately not safe for me to live there. And I live by myself. I'm like a tiny person.
Wait,
So
what?
Yeah.
So when the protests were going on, this happened?
when the protests were going on, I guess there was a bunch of rogue people that broke into
Yeah.
the Yucca market and the grocery store, and then they went in the building. They stole my bicycle. They stole one of my my synth, my mini synth, and they stole my laptop. And I guess I had it all out on the counter, but they left like everything, and they stole my downstem.
What?
My bong was turned over and nothing. It was like on its side, and the downstem was gone. And I was like, what?
I don't get it.
And I don't know if it was like a neighbor or like just in the time of the riots, because I had gone out to get boxes because I was moving, and I came back from Home Depot and I was like, my door is open now and the lock is like wobbly, and my landlord didn't help. He was like a slumlord, did not let me see the cameras and didn't want to like report it. And I was like,
Did anyone else's house get broken into?
I think like the couple next to me, it was like an Airbnb situation that they got like a lot of people were Airbnb in the apartment.
Yeah.
So I was just like not knowing my neighbors. So I was just like, this is just not a safe building in Hollywood. It's like really old and like dangerous. And then I was already moving out that like month. So I was like, this sucks.
What did you think when all that shit was going down?
I was with the protests and
Yeah,
stuff.
and then
I went out and protested.
yeah, me too.
I was like, this is a moment in fucking history. Like,
Yeah.
I don't want to be like 90 years old and be like, no, I didn't
Exactly.
really care too much. I posted a little square.
Nah.
Set it home.
And it's just really sad because, rioters,
Yeah. And
that's
like,
what fucking
also,
people constantly want to talk about.
I was like advocating my brother, Junior, he's from Haiti. So he was out in New York where it was fucking dangerous and like being like targeted by people. So I was like, I'm not going to just like.
How are they doing over there
chill.
with everything going on now?
In New York?
Has it gotten better?
I think it's gotten significantly better when it comes to like the whole like rioting and stuff. But the COVID situation, I'm not sure if they have that under control yet.
How are your parents doing with all that? Are they freaking
They're
out?
like older, so they're just like staying away. But my dad has Airbnb'd my room now, so I don't live there anymore.
Oh my God.
And he's hosting nurses who work at the hospital because no one will let
No
COVID nurses.
way.
No one will let them stay, and they're getting sent in to like help people. And he's 64. He's fine. They're literally like in and out of the hospital every day, and he's like chilling, like making them breakfast. Like, yeah, have a good day at the hospital. Stay safe.
Hell yes.
Yeah, and my brother is like in the hospital on and off, like directly swabbing people and like being like chilling. So they're like, it's like a flu, you know.
Yeah.
You
of
don't
course.
want to be at risk of getting it. Make sure you're clean, but don't let it
Stop your life.
Stop your life. You
Yeah,
know, it's not like it's almost like having like debilitating like psychosis of being like, oh my God, I'm afraid to go outside, like agoraphobia, like I can't do anything. That's not healthy.
No, not at
So,
all. No, it really is. It's
But
not.
the COVID situation seems to be like it is what it is in New York.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I think a lot of people are getting to that point, where it's like we do have to live our life. We have to be smart,
Yeah.
right? Be safe.
Even with hair, I'm just like,
yeah.
you have a negative test.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to pull up and get the sniffles. I'm a little
No,
scared.
No, and chances are, like, if either one of us got it, we would be okay,
Yeah.
right? It is
well,
the
I
older.
had swine flu, so I feel like
That's pretty shitty.
that was like, how am I in the middle of the suburbs and like when this is like not even a thing? I wake up and I'm like sick. I had to go to ICU. That was like traumatizing.
How old were you?
I was in high school. No, I was in middle school. I wasn't even in high school yet. I got so sick. I was like on a breathing thing. I was like,
Scary, right?
I felt like that scene in E.T. where he's like
Yeah.
all hooked
That's
up in
right.
the
Let me see.
room.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah, that's fucking awesome, bro.
yeah, they were like, drink this cough syrup and just stay in the bed. And I drank too much. I thought it was floating. I was like, get me the fuck out of here. I just want to go back. And then after that, like literally like a week of being sick, I lost so much weight. And then we were like, all right, time for your algebra midterms. And I was like, I'm going to fucking fail the 10th grade.
So did you pass?
No, I did not.
Why didn't they give you like a?
They didn't care. They were just like, yeah, I could have done the homework at home, but I just did not want to do that. I was in like painting AP class. I was like, fuck algebra.
Seriously, that's
And then being
fucking
sick was convenient because I was like, oh, I'm still sick. I'm just going to stay at home. It's swine flu, guys.
What exactly what is the swine flu again?
H1N1.
Okay.
Swine flu, the actual disease. Like you get the flu. I don't know how I got that.
Wow.
No one in my house got it. I remember walking one day to school and just looking at the floor and throwing up and being like, waking up in the hospital and being like, oh, yeah, we got to put you in, the area away from everyone. And I was like, what? And then, swine flu was like a big thing back then. That was like 2009 or 10.
Yeah. It was like right after Obama had been president for a couple years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I was just like a little baby in like middle school being like, I think I'm going to die. And then after that, I never got sick again. I got the flu shot every year. And then last year I didn't get one. I got the flu. I had like 104 fever for like 3 days. I was like hallucinating.
Wait, did you get the shot too?
Fuck no, I didn't get a flu shot. When I moved out to LA
Yeah.
for like the first 3 years, I didn't have a doctor. I was like, I don't know, insurance, what? And then I got so sick. I was like, I went to the Cedar Sinai. They're like, we can't help you. You just have the flu. Go home. And I was like, I have a fever. I was like, not going down. It's like 104. I'm going to lose my mind.
And you were all by yourself,
I was
too.
by myself sick, dealing with being sick by myself.
It's scary.
And it sucks, but I'm like able to like know what I need to do to take care of myself. So, but it was just like annoying. I was always like hitting up friends, well, can you bring me popsicles? Please. And then I would just sit there like having daytime fever dreams.
Oh my
For
God.
like 4 days. I was like, I gotta get out of here.
Yeah.
And I woke up and I was better.
I think having the flu sucks. I only got it once when I was, I've had like bad colds.
It's like a bad mushroom trip when you have the flu.
Yeah,
like
it is.
Sweating and seeing things.
Yeah, but I was 6 years old.
Oh.
So I don't know. Have I ever got the flu again? Whatever. But you know what is crazy? Knock on glass. Knock on glass, bro. No, what is crazy is that, COVID is not that dangerous for younger people.
Right.
And so that wasn't obviously known in the beginning. Like shit was fucking
We didn't know
crazy.
anything at
We
first.
didn't know
So all
anything.
defenses are up until we know what the fuck is
Yeah.
this thing is.
Yeah. But it is a crazy thing.
People haven't taken it that seriously anymore.
No,
though.
that's
They're just out
that
and
is
about. They're like, I'm over it.
That's
Trick or
it.
treat. Here's my mask. I get my mask on. No.
That's Americans though, right?
Yeah.
It's like
Not trendy anymore.
no, what's
It's
that's
still
no.
a thing.
It's just built in us, It's like
Yeah.
I don't know. I think it's like in our DNA. I don't fucking know, but like Americans, like fuck that,
Yeah.
Like we got to get back to normal. Where
I feel
it's
like other countries kind of cleaned it up
well, they did.
real quick.
They did. If you look at the numbers, like in Asia,
Didn't like
right?
Taiwan like have it just for a week, and they were like, "Yeah, we're spraying everything with fucking industrial grade sanitizer. Stay in your house."
It is, and they're still
Americans
very
were like,
cautious.
well, we can still Postmates, right?
No,
We can.
no, and I'm guilty of that too.
Oh, man.
I mean, I was tripping in the beginning. I still am. Like, I'm not tripping. Like, I'm smart. I'm not going to some fucking rave right now. But I do. I go out. I do things. I have these podcasts.
It's like a more wholesome time to have one-on-one with people and be like less. I wonder how people are like going out and dating and meeting people in like this time. It's kind of like
that's
more online now. I feel like it's
everything
more.
is. I mean, I think we're moving more and more to the simulation, to becoming one with the fucking internet machines.
It's linking with us.
Yes, like Neuralink, like I said in the beginning.
Oh no, that's so gonna be a weird thing.
I mean, have you tried any of like the Oculus Quest, like VR headsets?
I did VR.
Yeah.
I was really about VR. It's
It's
fun.
it's
too fun.
it-
I can't believe it. I like FaceTimed my grandpa. He's like 96, and I'm like, he must be like in another realm right now, holding like a portal with my face on it. And when he was growing up, people have like. Movies didn't even have sound, and I'm like, oh, imagine what we're gonna see. Like, when I'm 90s, like, whoa, okay. I mean, we're still here with this air quality. I don't know, but
Yeah, I know.
yeah,
But you're absolutely correct. That at 90 years old, like
he's like 96, just FaceTiming.
this,
He's like holding like
what does he think? Like, have you
he's like,
asked
oh,
him?
it's a phone. It's FaceTime. This is a phone with a video.
And
It's like a live movie. It's like live TV in your hand. He's like adapted pretty well.
does he live on his own or?
Yeah.
Shut the fuck up.
Yeah. I'm Italian.
That's you guys live.
My
Yeah,
grandpa's 96.
yeah.
He's still out chopping wood in the backyard and like making pizza.
Yes.
Like he literally is.
Where does he live?
In Queens.
Good for
He's
him.
still in New York.
What about grandma?
I mean, didn't have a grandma ever. She passed away in the 70s.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
Did he
Yeah.
ever remarry?
No,
God
I have
damn.
them tattooed right here. It's a wedding photo.
Wow, that was his one true love.
La vida bella. Yeah.
How,
Yeah.
how did she pass away? If you don't ask him.
I think like scarlet fever.
You what? Fuck.
That's like back in like the 70s, or I don't know. My dad was like 17. So she was like probably like 30 or 40 years old and had like bad fever and didn't wake up. Sad. But
It's kind of fallen apart. There you go.
oh,
There you go.
yeah, that's why I'm like, you know what? I'm fucking scared of getting sick.
Yeah.
I do not.
Do you
want
take supplements? Do you work
I
out?
take B12 every day. I work out on and off. I do a lot of like unintentional working out. Like
Okay.
I'm like, oh, I'm just gonna walk there. Or I'm like carrying all these groceries. Or I'm walking
Yeah.
and hiking. Or
Yeah.
like it's LA. There's so many hiking trails. I get up at like 5 a.m. some days when I don't have anything booked till like 12, and I just go walk around.
Good for you.
Yeah, I'm
Good for
like
you.
a grandma. I'm like, wake up, honey. To my friends, I'm like, we're gonna start walking up a mountain now.
Yeah, let's go,
I
bitches.
know you're hungover. Let's go.
Oh my god, that's so fucking funny. Yeah, I think that we should all get out there. We should all work out. We should all take care of our body.
Do it while you can.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. Well, if you get ahead of the curve, I mean, we don't know what's going to happen tomorrow, right? But all we can control is, what's happening in the moment.
Yeah, or just that feeling of being like, damn, I did all this stuff and it's only, 11 o'clock.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I'm not a big I mean, I've been up since 5 a.m. because I was filming stuff. I was filming video content for
yeah.
Ergo. But yeah, I'm not I'm like doing like 7, 8 a.m. Get up, work out.
I go to bed pretty early.
Do you? You
Yeah.
are a fucking grandma.
Yeah, I go to bed at like 12. The other night, though, I went to bed at like 4 in the morning. I was like, oh my God, I did that 2 times in a row. I was like, what am I, 17?
Yes.
I'm like driving, the sun's coming up, like a car
What time
full
did you
of
wake up?
people. Like 12. I like went home and like fell asleep, face plant. I was like,
What was it that made you
did-
stay up?
I did a music video in Hidden Hills, and I had to drive, and I was the DD. Obviously, my friend just had to get some people's numbers and hang out, and I was like, yes, I'm being the mom, the cool mom, though.
You are the cool mom.
I was in my car eating trail mix. I'm like, it's like 5 a.m. Wrap it up.
Wait, did you? You are the grandma. You are the mom. But you always need to have someone like that. It's important.
I mean, part of the reason why I don't drink is I've unfortunately lost a lot of people from like alcohol and drugs and stuff, and being that one friend can save a lot of people's lives. Is just being that person, like just being like, you know what, I'm just not gonna drink.
Yeah.
Not even like I'm gonna have one drink and I'm fine. Just don't.
Yeah.
Or just like, make sure your friends are partying safely. And I'm like, oh yeah, he did a little bit of this and a little bit of that, and maybe that wasn't real.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm always like, and then the medical thing kicks in, so I'm just like, what's your vitals? So like,
Jesus Christ! But it's important.
yeah.
Important. I mean, especially losing people. I've lost a lot of friends to, opiates and shit like
It's
that. In the
horrible,
past. It's
yeah.
fucking terrible, man. It's losing
always-
anyone. It doesn't matter drugs or not. And fuck, last year I lost 2 people. But yeah, it's a terrible, terrible thing. Addiction is a bitch too.
Mm-hmm.
Did you used to drink when you were younger?
No, so I wasn't really cool enough to get invited out to parties, and
Yeah.
everyone was drinking, and I was like a big weed smoker.
Okay.
I think I started smoking at like 11. I don't know. That's not good. I didn't religiously smoke. I like was hanging out with the older kids as always.
Yeah.
Because that was just like the thing to do, because people my age were just never on the same mental plane.
Yes.
And then everyone started smoking weed when I was like a senior, and I was like, oh, now you guys want
It's so funny, right?
It's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. I can relate. I
And
can
I'm
relate.
like, so I just never got into drinking because I would always hear horror stories like, oh yeah, like Tyler would play soccer and threw up in my bag. He got so drunk, and I was like, damn, I don't want to be that person.
That doesn't sound
And-
fun.
And then in college, everyone's just drinking, just being crazy. And I used to work at like nightclubs, so I was bartending at venues and then dance clubs, and I was like, I can't drink and do this. I can't work. How are you guys standing
Oh,
up and
shit.
doing all this stuff? And then alcohol is yucky.
It
It
is.
doesn't taste good, but I've had wine occasionally.
You ever had a White Claw?
I had one when it came out, and I was just like, this is like dangerous. This is like LaCroix.
It's insane. It's insane. I enjoy drinking it because
Claw. They're low calorie.
well,
I
it's
think.
low calorie, right?
Yeah.
If I drink beer, right? So I used to drink a lot of beer.
That's So bad.
Well, I wouldn't say a lot, but I would have a few, like 3 a night or whatever.
It
And
was like heavy.
but it's heavy, and I had a big beer belly back
Not
then.
keto
and
friendly.
It's not cute.
No.
And so
You
but
drink
White
real,
Claw.
like real beer?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But when White Claw came out, I was like, fuck that.
Not an
Like
IPA?
that was me. I was like IPA, dark stout. That like I was like
Craft
fuck White Claw.
brewery.
Yep. I was seriously like that fucking bro douchebag.
I'm a beer connoisseur.
But they do taste good, but they're really high in calories, and
Yeah.
I just don't want to be a fat fuck. And
Yeah.
so, but then I started drinking White Claw because I stopped drinking beer for like 2 months.
Yeah, not liquor. just
No, I
beer.
was never a hard alcohol.
I
Fucking
don't.
hate
I
that
didn't
shit.
like beer. I went straight to like tequila and gin.
Yeah, well, that's
And
probably
I
why
was
you
like-
stopped.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I was like, oh, this is way too much.
But I didn't like alcohol like until I was like older. I never liked it in school, like high school. I think I smoked weed, dropped ecstasy, took ecstasy, acid,
I
mushrooms.
tried like some 40s in high school.
Yeah,
and,
but it was
like,
always fucking
that's like
gross.
such a New York thing.
Well,
yeah,
me
let me
too.
go get a 40
Well, we would
ounce.
too. Fucking Mickey's or like OE's, Old Englishes.
Oh yeah, old before they were plastic bottles.
Oh, yeah.
the glass Old English.
You felt like cool, or we would get we would do Brass Monkeys. We would drink
orange
down to the
juice,
lake and then
yeah.
orange juice, right?
Mhm.
Yeah. So you know what's up.
Yeah, I did be drinking it back in the day.
Yeah,
Now I'm just
sure.
like, I just don't like that.
Yeah,
smell.
no, and being hungover just sucks.
Looking at other drunk people when you're not drunk, oh my god.
What is that? Yeah,
It's just not it. I went to the hair show and I didn't drink, and the after party I was just like, ooh.
it's
I was like, hey, someone better not fall because we all need our hands to work. There's too much going on.
But when you're the person that's not getting fucked up and everyone
Yeah.
else is getting fucked up,
You're just like, oh yeah.
yeah.
And just like yelling at you, talking. You're like, yeah, it's great.
you stupid motherfuckers.
Yeah. I'm like, where's the blunt? I gotta get out of here. No.
You've always been. Do your parents smoke weed, or you don't have to answer that?
No.
Sorry, I don't
Am
even
on
know.
Camera?
No, I'm sorry, I don't even know I asked that.
Weed. He's a hippie. My mom's like the one who doesn't. She's like, ugh. Yeah. My mom and brother are very similar. Me and my dad are like.
Fuck yeah, but it's for you smoking at such a young age, it just
No,
I
they
can
did
relate.
not.
No.
until I was older. They
Well,
were like,
good for them.
"Wow."
Good for them. I smoked weed with my mom when I was 14.
Nice.
And no, I mean, I love my mom. And yeah, sure, it was nice at the time. That is for sure. But
I was like, no, I don't smoke weed. Spraying body spray. I was like, what that smells? My friend's smoking weed. I don't know.
yeah, your dad definitely would fucking know. But
Like ripping the bong in my room. Just Axe body spray everywhere.
wait, shut up. I
I
did
used to have like my room was black with like blacklight posters, and it was just like obviously she smokes weed. And then I had like Rasta everything, and I had like dreads because I was really not under oath, and I had just like grimy looking kid, and I was like, no, I don't smoke weed. I'm an AP student, and I was like still able to do that, but like totally smoked weed.
just fucking toke it in your room.
Yeah.
A little bit of act, not a little,
Me
a
and
lot of
my
act spray.
boss from Zoomies, hopefully it doesn't work there anymore, and would always be smoking weed and everything, and just be like coming home reeking of weed.
Did you ever see the what is it, like the weed buddy or whatever you blow in? I don't even know.
The smoke buddy?
Yeah,
I used
said
that in
smoke buddy, like-
college when I had a dorm in the beginning. I was like, I can't smoke in here.
Those
like,
fucking things work.
well, they really do.
They fucking work. I thought it was
That smoke
bullshit.
buddy.
Yeah.
That's like a carbon filter or something.
It's freaking. It was
way
brilliant.
better,
I mean, because
yeah.
we used to freaking take like toilet paper rolls
Yeah,
and put
and dryer
sheets. Yeah,
Yeah, that
did
just
not
smells
work.
like
Yeah,
laundry
and
and
weed.
weed.
Yes,
It's like-
exactly. It never
And you're
fucking
like
worked.
breathing in chemicals. This is like breathing in dryer sheets. Probably not good for you.
Yeah, no, definitely not. Definitely not. But the smoke buddy was fucking dope. I guess as we kind of start to wrap this up,
Mhm.
when you look back, kind of at your life, moving out here,
Yeah.
do you see, like an evolution? Like where
Oh,
do
yeah.
you see
Like a different person.
a different person?
Oh, way different. I feel like me now is like the mom looking back at like her like little teenage daughter being like, oh my God, get in the car.
Exactly.
Like-
Exactly, right?
And it hasn't even been that long. It's just like, oh man.
No, it just
so many life
hearing
things
your
just
story.
happen.
You're
and
right.
just
You're right.
like, yeah.
But it's your, and the reason I asked that is because there is just one ongoing thing throughout your story. You've always had this drive and motivation, although maybe you've changed, clothes have changed, all of that. I give big shout out to you for, kind of seeing through the bullshit and fucking continuing and following your heart, because going to nursing school and then switching over that was a huge leap, and it still is, every day is continuous, and it's a struggle, right?
Yeah.
And you're just continually pushing forward. But
self-discipline.
Exactly.
Perseverance.
No procrastination.
No procrastination.
Yes.
I literally separate myself from myself, and I think like, okay, what is she doing? Like third person, like, what are you doing? Like, parent yourself, like.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. What do you see the next few years like for you? Like, where do you see everything going?
I would love to see myself in a Tesla truck.
Cybertruck?
Me and Elon in the Cybertruck.
Yes. I fucking love that thing. I can't wait till it comes out. That was a good answer. That was a good answer. I thought you were gonna be like, a salon.
Cybertruck.
Yep.
Do hair in the Cybertruck.
Yep. Shout out.
Actually,
come
on
right
down.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go meet up with Elon. No, I definitely owning a salon is a lot. That is a big responsibility.
Yeah.
I feel like you need to earn that in a sense of like, not like just working brick and mortar style, but just like really like mentally preparing yourself for like the ups and downs of that, because that's like a huge thing. So I think in the next 5 years, super busy, super booked as always, in a nice salon amongst my team, just doing what I do every day, but like way better and like way busier. And like less craziness.
I don't know if the craziness
things
ever stops.
are open.
But it'll definitely in 5 years.
Yeah.
What about the modeling?
Oh, I just shot one of my first sets for Suicide Girls after taking a year hiatus from it.
Why?
I was just not in a position to shoot or anything. I was too busy with school and work and career and stuff and dating, and I was like, no, I'm not gonna do this. But now I am free to do whatever I want to do. Dyed my hair different color and like change it up, like new outfits, new like vibe. So it's cool.
It's a new you.
It's new me. I think it's a little more matured, refined version. I sound like I'm a wine.
You're fucking 24, dude.
I know. Mentally, gosh, the trauma has aged. No, I definitely still doing shoots. And like a lot more music videos now, actually. So it's a lot more fun. Yeah.
Fuck yeah. Good for you, dude. Like, seriously.
Trying to stay doing the fun stuff while also doing like the work stuff.
You need to. You have to continually doing fun shit, because when it stops becoming fun, then why the fuck are you doing it, right?
Right.
So do it while it's fun. And hopefully it's always fun, right? Hopefully hair and modeling and, just the path you're on. And I think that you sometimes don't give yourself enough credit. And I seriously mean that from the outside looking in, because, I think your future is going to bring a lot more than you imagined.
I hope so.
Yeah, just continue pushing, never fucking stop, and use your voice for things like this, because it's so important. You have a platform, you have a voice, like sharing, that just fucking do it, never quit, and continually push forward. Like bumper stickers, like cliche bumper stickers.
I feel like that's what my Instagram stories have been, or just like I get a lot of people reach out to me, like younger kids, like, I started hair school because of you, or how did you get into modeling? And I want to do this too. And I literally respond to every message. People are like, oh my gosh. And I'm like, you know what? I'm not one of those people with a big following who ignores people. I respond to everyone. Even if you're mean, I'll still respond like, hey, I'm a real person and I read these messages. Better be nice to someone.
Yes.
They're like, oh my God. So I think it's important. I'm not like, a different species. I'm still a person.
No, you are. I love that though. That's really fucking cool.
No matter how high up in whatever industry I'm in, I'm always gonna be like, hey, what's up? It's still me.
With your water and your blunt.
Me and my blunt, two different socks on. It's just still doing me.
Continue to do that, and thank you so much for coming on.
Thanks for having me.
Absolutely, it was a lot of fun, bro. All right. Thank you so much for listening back to your story. Peace out, motherfuckers. Boom.
Taking the headphones off. High five.
Wowzers! Thank you so much for watching the podcast. And I want to thank Jackie for coming on to share her story. She is awesome. She has a really unique story, and you learn that it doesn't matter what it is in life. You continue to fight and you continue to push through, and you can make anything possible. If you like our podcast, don't forget to subscribe. Hit my head right there. And if you don't, well, that's your fault. Nah, I'm just joking. Subscribe. Also, we have an amazing podcast out now with Tom O'Neill. He wrote Chaos. He was on Joe Rogan. Watch that bad boy right there. Have a good night, people. Peace.